This massive city took me over 40 hours to design and construct, and it is only the starting point in my quest to build the coolest possible medieval fantasy world in Minecraft. Hey there YouTube, I'm Cadiot. Now let's get into the build. So we start this build off by coming in here, and we're gonna start on the first house in the city. Now this is honestly my least favorite house, and that's probably not a good way to start this video. Yeah, I'm building my least favorite one first. Yeah, that totally is gonna go well with the algorithm. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is I am building a stone base for the house, and I'm using andesite, cobblestone, and stone as the kind of the wall texture here, with polished andesite and brick pillars. And then I'm coming up top, and I'm using a spruce and then stripped oak and stripped birch upper like coloring to make it, you know, stand out on the jut. I don't know really how to just describe that really. That's all I have to say. But anyway, that's the house done, and now we move on to the bridge, which is God, these bridges were annoying to make. They are very long. I didn't count, but I can count here. Those are 4-block segments. How many of them are there? There's a lot. It's probably over 40 blocks long. It definitely is over 40 blocks long. Anyway, the idea here is that I'm going to have 3 bridges coming off the island that this main portion of city is based on. And they're each going to go to different areas where I will expand off in the future into the fantasy world. This bridge here in a moment is going to get a massive gate on top of it. And the idea with that massive gate is that that would be kind of a gatehouse, like when people come into the city, that's kind of a guard post. See it going up now. People would enter the city and there'd be like a toll booth on the other side, and they could open the gate to let people in. Now, I don't end up building gates on all of the bridges. However, that's something that I will add in the future on the other sides of the bridges, because I was already 40 hours in when I built the other ones. And, well, when I built the last one. I built the other one like 20 hours in, but that's not the point. I was tired, okay? Tired. Cool. That's down. So what I'm doing here is I'm using, I believe that's dark oak mixed with strip spruce and spruce planks to build an upper guard tower thing. It looks a lot like the castle over there. That's really why I used the palette I did for this, is to make it similar to the actual palette of the kingdom it's based in. Lore-wise, I feel like that makes sense, that everything that this kingdom builds is going to have similar materials. They're going to be harvested from similar places. So that was the idea there. Going over here across the bridge, laying out the trim. This bridge doesn't have lanterns on it. Only one of them does. I don't know really where to go with that. So now we move on to the second actual house. This is house 2 of 18, I believe. Again, same basic block palette for the base, except this one doesn't have a second story, and the idea here was that it would kind of ease into that little gap between the town and the castle on the hill. I've got this little waterfront path here, and that goes under the bridge on a little separate like underpass, and I have these on actually all 3 of the bridges. So now we move on to the third house, and the third house here, this one is again another same base, except I'm using wooden pillars this time, and that is to, you know, increase the variety, increase the kind of, I don't want all the pillars, the main frame to be the same. All the cornerstones, if they look the same, they all look like the same house. And I was originally going to use this green, but I went for the stripped acacia log approach because I decided that looked better. And I am using spruce to make these little pop-out windows. I'm also apparently sitting still. This is a Cadiot special. It happens like every single time. Wait, let's draw attention to that little bay window. Oh, there we go. I'm doing my stuff again. Yep. So now I'm putting a roof on the thing, and this is the first roof where I will use a form of roof windows once I get to it. So I'm filling the roof in. I'm using a spruce trim for the outline with a uh, deep slate infill, and then I'm coming through filling it up, and I'm adding these little roof windows. These are actually larger than I normally go with, but that was because of how the roof was sitting on the build, where the floors would lie. That's where it made most sense to do windows, and I tried double high windows for once on that, and I actually like how it turned out. And then I filled the roof in, of course, with some other um, regular cobble deep slate to kind of fill it up and make it more variety. Now we're on to this other build, and this one's already, we're already through this, and we just finished talking about the other one. This is the one of two Tudor style houses. I think that's what they're called, the little houses with the white coloring. Oh, and this one's already done. So now we skip ahead a bit in the build. I went ahead and built some more houses over there. I think it's just, no, it's three more. Yeah, I built three more, I believe. So now I'm building a second bridge here, and this is where I decided to actually change time-lapse style to this little brick up, brick down thing, and this really speeds up the amount of stuff that goes into the video, which is bad for you, but good for me, because it means there's less I have to edit. So, not sorry. And here's actually where we start on the port. So, this is the, which direction is this? I don't remember which direction this is, side of the port. And I build a light greenhouse there with a sandstone upper trim house here. The idea is that these would be two kind of like port houses. I don't really know what they'd have in them because I never did the interiors for any of these builds. Now coming around over here, this is probably one of my favorite buildings, probably my second favorite. No, I don't know. But this is like a little food shack, and I've got the little mascot there on the side. And now we come to this is my favorite one though. I believe this is my favorite house in the build. And this here is a kind of fisherman's guild hut thing. I'm using the sandstone in the barrels to outline like sort of trim, and then I'm coming in with a copper roof to give it a red roof texture. I then come around to the side here and add some netting on the side. Now we go in some more. This is really flying by now. This is the second red roofed house in the build. It is, like I said, it's a red roof house, so it's using copper and granite as the basis to give it that red roof texture, and it's already done. Now we move on to a more tall roof style of house, and this one just goes straight up. It's what can I say? It's using an orange terracotta as the upper, and then it uses a kind of steepening roof style with no extra windows because why not? And now we move over here to the final house of the build. This is the smithy, the blacksmith. It uses that dark green I originally wanted to use on that third house, but never was able to because I didn't like it. Uses the steep roof, and I come in with these special little windows on the side in a minute to give it some more texture to the roof. And yep, that's the build. So now I'll leave you with some horribly made cinematic shots to enjoy and be back towards the end of them. This is my least favorite part of the video, where I ask you to kindly do the YouTube things. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. If you want to see another one of my videos, here's last episode of this series, or you could watch this one. I think you'll like this one. Anyway, I've been Cadiot, and I will see you in the next one.